Hey guys, and welcome back to another video, and today we have got such an exciting video for you. I literally could not wait to get this filmed. I wanted to film it this weekend as soon as it arrived, but the boyfriend was off and obviously we live together now, so I was a little bit like, oh, get out the room, I want to film, and he wanted to go on his Xbox, so today is the day. I have already filmed an eye look using this product. If you haven't guessed it yet, it is the James Charles Morphe collab. I'm too excited, I'm like, oh. And this is the James Charles palette. It's his artistry palette. I mean, this is something else. How beautiful. I mean, how stunning does he look on here? This is incredible. It's this really, so this is the outer carton. It's this really sleek white, and then on the back it says, "Hey sisters, James Charles here and welcome back to my palette." I love that. I love glam, but I also have a huge passion for crazy, colourful, outside of the box makeup, and I created this palette with that in mind. I included every beautifully formulated shade necessary to create literally any look you could possibly imagine. I can't wait to see what you come up with when you unleash your inner artist. And then it's got James's signature on the back, and obviously the hashtag for this palette is hashtag Morphe x James Charles. Let's start by taking this out of the unicorn. The unicarton. I must admit, I have obviously created this eye look already, which I will show you later on in the video how to create this if you want to create it yourself. And this palette sister slays. I mean, if you're gonna do it, you have to, don't you? It's James Charles. We have to use his sister slang, come on. So this is the palette, and like I said, it's sister stunning. It's unbelievable. That is probably going to get annoying throughout this. It's so addictive. I watched Tati do this and she was hilarious. She was looking for all the different things that rhyme with sister, all the s's, all the words, and honestly it gets. So let's get into this sister stunning palette because it is incredible. So it's got this matte black and it's got his signature on, and then obviously on the back it just says it's the artistry palette. And I must admit, the one thing I want to discuss before I open this palette and let you see inside is I absolutely love the campaign behind this palette. I think it's incredible. I think it's nice that it's sort of about unleashing your inner artist and just being free to create whatever you want to create. So let's open this up. Now I am going to discuss the pros and cons straight off the bat because obviously I have already used this palette. There is a few minor things that I want to discuss. So this is the palette. I mean, how sister stunning is this? What more? I mean, do you ever need another palette in your life if you own this? Because you've literally got everything you need. You've got your neutrals, you've got your colourful. This palette really spoke to me because I've always looked for a bright shadow palette, and I've never seen anything like this. And even the true to colour things like this red, I've searched high and low for a red that is this true to colour, and it's just not. It doesn't exist until this has arrived on the scene. Honestly, this is incredible. So you've got a mixture of mattes and a mixture of shimmers. This retails for £39 and $39 US. So it works out at around about £1 a shadow. You get 39 because you get 39 shades in here. You obviously get this row of 7 bigger pans, which these are all shades that James reckons that you will use a lot more. You've got your black, which you can use for liner, your powders you could use for your brows as well as using as transition shades, and then you've also got this highlighter which can be used on the face as well as obviously to highlight the brow bone. You've got your white if you do drag looks, that's really good for highlighting the inner corner and the brow bone also, and then you've got your more neutrals at the top here and then your rainbow colours at the bottom. So the first thing that I want to say, the only thing that bugs me about this palette is I hate these. These are sister shit. No, these annoy me, and it's not just me. I've watched a lot of reviews on these, and that's the only thing that people have really to say about them, is because obviously these just annoy people in the beauty community, because it's not, because it's just I lose it and then I don't know what shades are which. And for me, there is plenty of room here to be able to have wrote what each shade is, which is what I'm going to do myself. I'm going to get a white pen or something and write it on myself, because I'm like faffing around looking for the colour, like the shade, when I'm trying to film a video, and it's just no good to me. So we are going to swatch this full palette for you, go through the different formulations you have in here, and go through what I've thought of each shadow and the application process of creating this look. I was going to do a rainbow look, but I feel like that's what everyone's doing that's used this palette, so I wanted to create something a little bit different, hence why I've done this sort of red and gold look. And with him making such a big focus on the red, because it's such a pure red, that's why I wanted to use that red shade. So we're going to start on this top row, and the first shade we have got is Canvas, and this is a really nice sort of mink or almost beigey shade. Then we have got this really pretty gold, almost highlighty shade, which is called Ring Light, and obviously all the shades are named after things that James loves. I mean, do you see that? Is that not absolutely insane? Then we've got the gold, which I've got on my eyes today, which is this one here, and that is called So Good. And it is so good. It's Sister Slay. So then we have got 518, which is this absolutely stunning orange shade here. I just can't believe how strong these show up, like on an initial swatch. I'll do that one again. I mean, that's something else, isn't it? They're so smooth and buttery as well for a matte shadow, which I'm really impressed with. Then we have got the shade that I've used on my eyes today, which is Rusted, and this is almost like a orangey red. And I mean, these just blend out insane. Then we've got another coppery, oopsie daisy, don't drop it, coppery bronzy shade here, which is in the shade Halloween, because James's favourite time of year is Halloween. I mean, what the actual, did you see that? That's one swipe. That is absolutely incredible. Like, what? Then we have got Wig, which is a stunning like bronzy gold. I mean, this is Sister Snatched. Then we have got Tea, which is a really nice brown shade. And that completes our first row there with Tea, because everyone loves spilling the tea. Then we will move on to this second row here, which again is your neutrals, and this one here, which is like a light brown shade, and this is called Punch Me. I literally, right, when this palette went on sale, I was at work, and obviously it launched at 4 o'clock, which is like just about the time I finished work. Obviously I work for my auntie, and I was on my phone like mopping. I set an alarm, and I literally couldn't believe it when it had sold out in the UK in 5 minutes, and I managed to get my hands on it. I was like, that is dedication. I wanted to say Sister something, but that just wasn't gonna happen. That is dedication at the cause. This was one of the palettes that really like struck a chord with me, and with me being a trained makeup artist as well, and you know, like trying to make it in the industry, I think that there is a gap in the market for this palette. So then we have got Sister, which is this pink shade. Oh my god, it's like a pink champagne-y shade. Then we've got this really pretty, it's like a pinky brown shade, and this is called Mary. Mary had a little lamb, a little lamb, a little... I'm shit at swatches, by the way. I'm Sister shit at swatches. Oh my god. Is that not just the most pretty pinky matte shade you've ever seen? Actually, this is the best I've ever done with swatches. I'm crying. That is so pretty. Then we've got this really like unusual pinky reddy shimmer, which is called Literally. Like, that is so unique. Then we've got this stunning red, which is what I've got on my eyes today, and it's obviously You're Kidding, because he found it so impossible to get that red right. And I mean, when do you see colourful matte swatch like this? Tell me. Then we have got Shook, and I have to admit I'm Sister Shook at this palette, and it's this it's like a plummy brownie shimmer, which is like, oh my god, get these all on my eyes now. Then we've got like a purpley brown matte, which is called Boutique. Oh my god, babe. Oh. Then we've got a really deep browny black, which is called Benny. And all of these names do have meaning to James. If you watch his reveal video, like obviously he goes through all these shades and what they actually mean to him. So that is the first 2 rows. I'm just going to wipe these off and then we'll start on the middle row. I am like shocking. I'm sister shocking at Swatches. And I'm actually doing sister shit at this sister thing too. So then we're moving on to this middle row here, and we have got this really bright white, which is this one here, and this is called Flashback. Obviously normally when you use powders that give you flashback, it's bright white on your face, hence why it's called that. So we will swatch this one. Now he was saying in his video, which I found quite interesting, that you always struggle to find, I mean that's one swatch of a white, you always struggle to find a white that's really blendable and that actually like shows up. Like this came to play. Like let me just do a second swatch. See how that's building? 2 swatches, 3 swatches and 4 swatches. See how that's built on top? You don't often get a white that will do this. It's, let me tell you, I've never come across a white like this, and this is something again that I feel like is missing in the industry. So for me to see that, I'm happy. Then we have got Face, which is the beautiful deep golden highlighter shade, which I need to try on my face. How funny. Oh, you weren't playing around when you created this palette, James. Oh my god, you really weren't. Then we have got Tune, Face Tune, get it? Which is this sort of like banana powder shade. I imagine if you've got a darker skin tone, you could probably use this to set under your eyes actually. That is a really stunning yellow. It's quite a unique, like a lemony yellow shade. Then we have got code James, which obviously you should have used this when you bought the palette because you get 10% off. And it was free shipping as well. This is like a burnt orange. That is a pretty colour. Then we have got the shade 10% off. Like a proper, that's like a proper muddy brown, that one. Then we've got this deep brown, which is in the shade No Beans. Because apparently when he orders food from one of his favourite restaurants, I can't remember the name of the restaurant, he orders it without beans. So that's the shade name for that one. Then we've got Spooky, because obviously his favourite time of year is Halloween, and this is this black, and I have to say this is gonna blow you away. Do you see that? What the actual, that black is intense. So I'm just gonna wipe these off, and then we're gonna move on to these last 2 rows of rainbow colours, and then I'm gonna give you my feedback on the palette. So we're starting here with this bright yellow, and this is obviously called B. I mean, there's no more appropriate name as the for a bright yellow shade. Oh baby, I mean, please. Then we have got this absolutely stunning, like sort of a shimmery green shade called Guac. I hate guacamole. Ugh, oh my god, that is wow. Oh. I could cry at how unbelievable this palette is. Then we've got this really pretty, it's such an unusual blue shade, and this is called Hello. It's like a very pale, I've never really seen anything quite like it. Oh honey, you shouldn't have. Really? And then we've got this stunning, I mean absolutely stunning bright blue, which is Playground. Then I've got this really unusual like purpley blue, and that is Brother, because that is obviously named after James's brother. He picked this shade in the palette, and I mean that is stunning. Then we've got this really unusual shade here, which is called Artistry, and this is actually sort of a shimmery, it's almost like one of those glittery shades that you get in like sort of the Huda Beauty palettes, so you do need to work a little bit more with this. It does layer, it's like a purple purple blue shift. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but it does need some work. It needs building, and it probably works best on a wet brush, because that's what I was actually going to quickly touch on. So you have mattes, shimmers, you have that one glittery shade, but the difference is some of your mattes aren't just pressed eyeshadows, they're pressed pigments. So the likes of this red here is actually a pressed pigment, so that's why he suggests that you don't use a concealer base on your eye, because with pigments they do tend to skip and jump on a concealer base because it's sticky. You want something more like a paint pot or something that's designed as an eyeshadow base, and because they're going to work better with your pigments, and it's also going to work better if you don't, I mean, I do blend, but it's better if you actually press these in. They do work better like that. I did actually do this look by blending out, because I wanted to purely try and see what they did blend out like, and they did blend out fine. But I think if you want that really intense colour, then you're better off packing it onto the lid. So sorry, then we're moving on to this absolutely stunning purpley pink, which is called Love That. What? And we've got Pinkety Drinkety, which is actually, like, I love that name, it's my favourite shade name, and this is a really pretty baby pink, which again I find is quite a unique shade. Obviously this one is lighter, so it's not going to show up as much as the other colours. So moving on to our final rainbow row, we have got Social Blade, which is the green, which his Social Blade has always been green, hence why oops a daisy, I just need to put that over another shade, hence why he picked the green shade to represent Social Blade. And then we've got this really pretty, almost like an emerald green shade, which is called Daddy, and I mean that is quite a unique green as well. Then we've got this really pretty, like, aquamarine-y, bluey, greeny, stunning, I mean, what more do you want of a shade, called Cape Cod, and I mean that is pretty. And we've got this really pretty blue, which is more like a navy sort of blue, called Cola, because he's got like an addiction to I believe to like Pepsi and Coca-Cola, but I think this shade is to represent Pepsi, I believe. It's that sort of a blue. Then we've got this really pretty shimmery blue, which is called Acapella. That is sister sickening. And we've got a really stunning deep purple, which is called Escape. I mean, I just, that is a purple. Purples are like the hardest thing to pull off. There is no skipping, no jumping, that is pure pigment. That is incredible. Then we have got Single, which is like a lighter purple shade, which is also an incredible purple, I mean, come on. And last but not least, we've got this really stunning bright pink, which is called Skip. I mean, the intensity of that is just insane. So guys, my final rundown on this palette. After this, I will be showing you how to create this look that I've already created on my eye, so do stay tuned for that. Today we're going to be using a really exciting palette. Oh, this is the Morphe X James Charles. I cannot believe I managed to get my hands on this. This is absolutely incredible. I haven't used this, but I have swatched a few shades, and I have to say I am very, very impressed. This is just stunning, isn't it? When I was watching James Charles's reveal video for this, he actually said to not use a concealer on the eyes because some of the shades are pigments, so that means that obviously they can skip and jump over concealer, and he actually said to use an eye primer, that is because obviously that's designed to prime the eyes, even though he himself normally uses concealer. So I have got the Benefit Don't Stray eyeshadow. I've never used this before, so it'll be quite interesting to see what this is like. It does look like a very similar consistency to a concealer, but we'll carve out the brows and prime the lids and we'll see what happens. Just jump straight in and get into this palette. I haven't really decided what eye look I want to create, but I don't want to do, I know everyone, like, I know it's a rainbow palette and everyone's doing the sort of rainbow eye look, but I think I actually want to do something a little bit different. I think I really want to use that red shade, do some sort of a red gold eye look, just because it's such a unique shade. So I'm going to start up here with the shade Rusted. Right, so we'll start with that shade and we're going to blend that out into the crease. Did suggest like packing on the colours with some of these shades, but I do want to just try my normal method, because obviously everyone has different ways of doing things, and I just want to see how my normal method will work with these, and I'm happy with that. Now we're going to go into that really pretty bright red, which is called You're Kidding. Wow, that is a true red. I do totally agree with James in the fact that it is difficult to find a true red. When I was doing the Harry Potter series that I did on my channel, trying to find a red for that Gryffindor look was so difficult. I actually ended up filming that a couple of times because I just wasn't happy with the result of the look, because it just wasn't the right red. Doing the same again on this eye. I'm now going to cut the crease, but I'm going to use the Stay Don't Stray because that's what he suggests to do. This is the only thing that is driving me wild. I'm going to have to write the shade names underneath because I can't. Like, this is driving me wild. I'm going to be using So Good, and I'm going to be popping that on the cut crease. So let's go back in with that Benefit Stay Don't Stray and cut the crease and see how that performs. Do you want to try and get like a MAC paint pot? Because I think they would be like the most amazing thing to do this. Then we're going to go in with that shade So Good, but I'm going to actually be using my finger for that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to finish this eye on camera, and then I'm going to go off camera and do this eye. So I'm just going to remove this tape, and I'm just going to clean up this little messy edge here. I'll just be 2 seconds. So I'm just going to go in with one of my Pixie Ender Silky Eye pencils in the bronzy, this is like a bronzy shade, and it is Rose Glow. And I'm just going to line my waterline with this. Now I'm just going to go underneath the eye, and I'm going to go back in with the rusted shade, and then we'll be going into You're Kidding. I did originally intend on doing a cat eye, but I've actually changed my mind. I'm just going to put a little bit of liner on the top. Right now I'm just going to curl my lashes. And I'm going to go ahead and use this brand new mascara launch from Lola, and this is their Infinite Lashes mascara. So I'm quite excited to see what this performs like. So I'm just going to go off camera and finish off this other eye, and I'm also going to pop on a pair of Doll Beauty lashes. So this is the finished eye look. Excuse the eyelash glue, it is obviously still drying, but I'm really impressed with that. That palette has literally like blown me away. I can't wait to like create more looks with it. It's so incredible. I'm so excited. I've just finished playing around with this palette, and I'm just about to film my intro with all of the different colours, swatches and things like that, and I just wanted to give you my final feedback. Oh my god, it is so approved by me. This is incredible. I love everything the palette stands for, all about unleashing your inner artist and just being given the freedom to create whatever you want to create, and you really can with this. I mean, you couldn't ask for much more. What more do you want in terms of shade range? I really don't think you can fall off. It's £39. You're getting 39 shadows, an incredible value for money, and the pigmentation of some of these shadows is incredible. Now, the few little nitpicky things that I want to talk about is you do get a little bit of kickback. That's purely because some of these are pressed pigments. You are going to get that, but it's nothing major to worry about. This shade artistry is stunning. You just need to work with it a little bit more. And the only other thing really that I've got to nitpick about is I just wish that these shades were written on here. Apart from that, I really can't knock it. There's nothing I can say about it. I think that if you are in the market for a new eyeshadow palette and you want something that does everything, then you need this in your life. Like, I literally cannot imagine not having this now I've got it, and I'm so glad that I tried myself and spent the money on it, because let me tell you, there's not often I actually think to myself I'm going to really treat myself, especially when it's the run up to Christmas, but there was no way I could miss out on this palette. It's going to come in so handy, and it's just such incredible value for money. And yeah, I think you should get your hands on it and unleash your inner artists, because it's just insane and I love it. Anyway guys, I hope you've enjoyed watching this video and enjoyed seeing how this palette sort of works for me. If you've got this palette or you've tried it out, let me know how it worked for you. I'd love to see your feedback on it, and I shall see you in the next one. Mwah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up.